Okay. Senator Taylor votes to extend informal discussion on item B for votes to extend informal discussion on item B for
Votes to extend informal discussion on item B for.
And according to Hindus for Human Rights, like something like an innocuous sounding Hindu Heritage Month has been used in the past as a mechanism to legitimize the ideology of Hindu nationalism in the United States. And I would be happy to formulate a new resolution that accommodates the celebration of religious diversity and denounce discrimination against the religions of South Asia, Southeast Asia, Middle East, without incorporating elements that could be perpetuating Hindu nationalist ideology.
Justin, I apologize if you feel anyone's attacking you, but just by your gestures and the way you've been kind of like walking up and around and like the way you've been with your I'm just really passionate.
The mic, Senator Gonzalez.
So we pass it around is what it is.
You should come up and get the mic from me.
A few moments later.
I wish that I could have had my chief of staff here. Let's pass the mic. Can we pass the mic? And I can't.
Well, it was the way you did it. It was the mannerism. It was
Because I'm black?
No.
I don't understand. I got up and walked to the side and get my chief.
and at the same.
I'm trying to figure out what the issue
Senator
is.
Taylor, can you pass the mic to your right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, just out of my curiosity, are you Hindu or are you Hinduism? I'm just wondering. I know you said you're chief staff, but are you? Or do you practice it at all?
I don't have the mic.
Oh.
I think it'd be better if you explained the purpose of why you had asked me that question. Should I sit down now? But I'm wondering where in this Hindu Heritage Month proclamation there is a dog whistling or connection to nationalist ideas. I find it to be disgraceful, disgusting, and disrespectful that what we're doing here is we're trying to belittle efforts on behalf of the Hindu community that's on this campus. And the thing that Isha is saying is in the resolution, I want y'all all to pull out the computer and actually look at it. India was never mentioned once. This bill was authored by a Caribbean. It has no connection to Hindu. I feel like there's no need to table this because we can make the amendment to edits at XCOM. Like, I feel like for us to put this to the wayside forever is honestly, it's anti something. You know what I'm saying? I don't quite got the word for it, but
I apologize that I'm the one that has to provide you all this context, but historical and political context is important. Hindu Heritage Month has a complicated history that can Hindu nationalist rhetoric and Hindu supremacy ideology. So I want to say, like, also thinking about, like, you know, spaces that are Hindu only on campus, like what types of rhetoric can be perpetuated in those spaces.
In the clauses, it will hurt community members and it will hurt people who identify as Hindu just because of the clauses that are there. So
what does supporting this Heritage Month have to do with discrimination at all? And I'm just genuinely wondering, what does this have to do with discrimination? I feel like I have not got a clear answer on that. I don't feel like it should take more than a sentence or two.
India is a secular country. It's not a single religious state. And given the political context of people who are trying to make India that way and perpetuate violence, I just feel like this resolution is not, it's perpetuating rhetoric that's being said in other places and bringing it to this space, but I don't think that that's necessarily fair. There are so many disadvantaged South Asian religions in America that don't have access to the same types of opportunities that Hindu Americans have traditionally had access to. So I think that's a problematic series of whereas clauses.
I mean, I really hope that, you know, when the microphone gets back to you, you can explain to everyone here who I really feel like is playing follow the leader exactly which clauses are the problem and how we can work together to fix them. Because I'm looking at faces around the room and it's like, oh man, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do X, Y, and Z, as in tabling it. But I would say the same people here who are rallying support have no clue exactly what they're referring to as Hindu nationalist statements. I don't think what we want to be doing here is taking a stance that is anti a minority group that inhabits what we got going on. To me, it's disgusting. And I'm trying to open the conversation and keep it in the cycle, and everybody's like flush it down the toilet. This ain't flushed away. The bill don't got legs, it can't jump out the toilet. So I'm saying, let's keep it in the cycle. I want us to break down where exactly the Hindu nationalist rhetoric is at. Can somebody show me where India is being mentioned, where this is all about Hinduism as a secular religion in India? Can somebody show me where that is at?
In a lot of instances, Hindu Heritage Month has been promoted and uplifted and platformed by communities that are Hindu nationalists and have said discriminatory and defamatory comments about other South Asian identities, ones that are hyper-marginalized.
I don't know why this can't just go to ExCom. This bill was authored by a Caribbean Hindu student. What does this have to do with India?
It's not exactly right, and one of their core clauses to have the ASUC encourage students to support their Hindu peers on campus and better understand as well as educate other members of the student body on historic principles, Santana Dharma. Because I don't really think that ASUC has a mandate to compel students on our campus to educate about a religion. I just don't think that should be.
I think it is absolutely disgusting that you guys are making personal attacks at me for what I'm attempting to use my platform to uplift. It's interesting that all three Abrahamic religions have representation in the ASUC, but Hindus do not have a prominent and up for representative in. As we look to legitimize Latino Heritage Month, we look to condemn Jewish hate, we look to legitimize all forms of diversity and community on this campus. I believe it is antithetical to table this bill. You can look at the name of the resolution. This is not a resolution denouncing hate on campus. What this is a resolution doing is recognizing and legitimizing a religion and a way of life on this campus. Now, I don't understand why we're sitting in here and we're sitting in a circle and attempting to act like we're discriminatory towards other people. I don't know if that's the legacy that we want to live around here